Chosen one, you are not here by coincidence. You didn't stumble onto this message. Heaven has orchestrated this moment, and the Spirit of God has aligned your steps to arrive right here, right now. This is a divine appointment, not next month, not when you feel more qualified, but in this very hour. Something in the unseen has shifted, and you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural transformation that could unfold today, tonight, or in the coming days. Anointed one, what you've been calling delay was design. What felt like silence was strategy. Your KAIROS moment, that sacred intersection where divine timing meets destiny, has arrived. For as it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, the vision is for an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it will surely come. Heaven is declaring that now is that time. Chosen one, you are positioned on holy ground. The doors that once resisted you are weakening. The weight you've carried is lifting. The season of surviving is shifting into a season of becoming. Stay alert. Stay expectant. Something is being released over your life, and if you're listening with a yielded heart, you will not leave this moment the same. Chosen one, hear me with clarity and reverence. Heaven is not merely calling you into position, heaven is appointing you. There is a vast difference. A calling can be heard and ignored, but an appointment carries weight, spiritual weight, kingdom weight, destiny weight. And in this hour, the shift you are sensing is not imagination or coincidence. It is confirmation. The supernatural has begun to align with the natural, and what looked like stagnation is about to reveal itself as divine synchronization. Chosen one, your appointment is not an elevation of ego, it's an elevation of obedience. Heaven is not handing you influence to be admired, it is entrusting you to steward power with humility and intention. And though you may not see it yet, the fog is beginning to lift. The questions that once tormented you, why did that door close? Why didn't that opportunity last? Why were some people removed from my life at the most desperate moments? Are about to make sense. Not in hindsight, but in revelation. For years, you interpreted the silence as rejection, the delay as punishment, the frustrations as failure. But anointed one, what you perceived as abandonment was actually alignment. There were doors God refused to open because he knew those rooms would corrupt what he was still cultivating within you. There were relationships he dismantled because they could not carry the next version of you. There were opportunities he removed because premature access would have been the very thing that crushed you. You think you were held back. Heaven says you were preserved. Chosen one, I speak this with a steady heart. Heaven has not been late, it has been strategic. And now, the very seasons that seem to drain you are about to justify themselves. The waiting wasn't idle, it was intentional. Like a surgeon rehearsing for the most delicate and critical operation of their career, God was shaping you with precision, steadying your hands, sharpening your focus, and anchoring your resolve. You were not in the shadows because you were unworthy. You were in the shadows because what he is assigning to your life demanded depth, not applause. And I say this gently but prophetically. There are weights you are about to carry that others could not survive. Influence without corruption, authority without pride, blessing without bondage. God does not appoint character after the mantle is placed. He forms character before the mantle arrives. You have been in training, not punishment. Refining, not rejection. Heaven has been constructing something within you that cannot be microwaved or manufactured. Sacred things take time. I understand because I've lived this. I know what it feels like to show up faithfully, silently, with nothing but a promise in my spirit. I know what it feels like to watch others surge ahead while you remain in a holding pattern, wondering if you missed the moment. I know what it feels like to carry a vision privately while reality contradicts it publicly. I know the quiet ache of being prepared for something you cannot yet see. But I also know what happens when preparation collides with timing. It is as if heaven exhales, and suddenly everything that was shut becomes possible. Chosen one, that collision is approaching for you now. You have been hidden, but not forgotten. Set apart, but not set aside. And what seemed like an ordinary season was actually a supernatural incubation. When the time was not right, the door was locked. But now, the latch is shifting. Heaven does not lift restrictions when you feel ready. Heaven lifts restrictions when the appointment arrives. And beloved, your appointment is nearing. This is not just another motivational word. This is activation. Something is unlocking even now. The weight you've carried privately is about to manifest publicly, not as ego, but as evidence. Evidence of endurance, evidence of trust, evidence of surrender. Chosen one, the measure of your assignment is directly linked to the magnitude of your preparation. And the fact that you are still standing after betrayal you didn't deserve, seasons of uncertainty, nights of questioning, attacks that made no sense, is proof that heaven was not breaking you. Heaven was building you. It takes endurance to carry influence. It takes humility to carry authority. It takes surrender to carry supernatural transfer. And heaven will not release what you cannot hold. But the season of forming is shifting to a season of fulfilling. What once seemed like wasted years are about to reveal themselves as foundational years. Let this settle deeply. Divine delay is not denial, it is design. I've seen this firsthand. Opportunities I once begged for were withheld, only for God to later open doors that did not require striving. Relationships I once mourned losing later revealed themselves as distractions. Seasons I once cursed became seasons I later thanked God for, because the blessing that arrives too early will break you. But the blessing that arrives on divine timing will build you. This is your moment of alignment. In the language of Scripture, in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, though the vision lingers, it will not delay, which means it may take time to mature, but it cannot miss its appointed hour. And your appointed hour is drawing closer. You are stepping into a mantle you were shaped for, not by platform, but by prayer, not by applause, but by obedience. And when heaven appoints you, that appointment does not depend on validation from people. It depends on surrender to God. Chosen one, lean in, because what I'm about to say is not flattery or hype, it is revelation. Your journey has not been ordinary because your calling is not ordinary. You have not been processed like the masses because you are not assigned to live like the masses. The hand of heaven has been upon you even when you felt untouched and unseen. And the very things you resented, the silence, the slowness, the struggle, have been preparing you for a supernatural transfer that demands maturity, not just excitement. Anointed one, hear this. God is not appointing you for applause. He is appointing you for impact. There is a mantle of influence and authority that will rest on your life, not to elevate self-importance, but to elevate purpose. You are being summoned into a realm where your voice carries weight, where your presence shifts atmospheres, and where your obedience unlocks provision. And I want you to notice something. Every time you were overlooked, heaven paid attention. Every time you were dismissed, heaven was developing you. Every time you were forced into solitude, heaven was strengthening your spirit. People may have misread your season, but heaven never did. While others measured your progress by visibility, heaven measured your readiness by humility. Your hidden years were not wasted, they were wombs. You were not merely waiting, you were being woven. Chosen one, I know what it feels like to be refined in silence. I've watched friendships fade while purpose intensified. I've stood in rooms where I felt unseen, while secretly carrying a fire that could not be extinguished. I've endured seasons where doors slammed shut, not because the enemy was winning, but because God was restricting access until I was prepared to steward it. Those experiences taught me what heaven is teaching you now, that timing is as sacred as calling. Because when God appoints, He is not simply giving you a title, He is entrusting you with territory, and territory requires transformation. Before He places you in rooms that demand wisdom, He must cultivate discernment. Before He releases resources into your hands, He must anchor integrity in your heart. Before He elevates your voice, He must teach you silence. Before He grants you influence, He must teach you surrender. Chosen one, the measure of your future responsibilities is revealed in the weight of your current preparation. If your wilderness has been intense, it is because your appointment is extraordinary. If your pruning has been painful, it is because your purpose is expansive. If your trials have been relentless, it is because your destiny is significant. Heaven does not invest deeply in what it does not intend to use profoundly. And now, this is where the atmosphere shifts. The season of formation is transitioning into a season of manifestation. The doors that once refused to open are not the same doors you will walk through now. The opportunities that passed you by were never meant to be yours. They belonged to a version of you who had not yet been forged. But the doors ahead, they are calibrated for who you have become. I need you to hear this with spiritual ears. The transfer you are about to step into is not merely financial. It is positional. It is relational. It is generational. It is supernatural. It is not about acquiring wealth. It is about stewarding destiny. Heaven is not handing you resources so you can store them. It is entrusting you so you can pour them. And yes, the financial realm is included. When heaven appoints a purpose, it funds the assignment. Provision follows obedience. Favor follows alignment. Acceleration follows surrender. This next season will stretch your capacity, not your identity. It will elevate your influence, not inflate your ego. Heaven is not sending resources for vanity. It is releasing resources for purpose, impact, and legacy. Chosen one, the dreams you set aside because life overwhelmed you are about to be revived. The visions you buried because timing betrayed you are about to breathe again. The callings you questioned because obstacles discouraged you are about to awaken. Heaven did not forget what it spoke over you. It simply waited for you to be molded enough to sustain it. Let me be transparent for a moment. I have walked through seasons where I thought my dreams had expired, where I believed the delays were proof that the promise was denied. But I learned something in those wilderness years. Heaven will hold a door closed, not to deny you, but to protect you. It will keep you unseen until you are unshakable. It will withhold access until you are able to withstand adversity. And when the moment finally arrives, the moment when calling converges with character, no power in hell, no person on earth, and no insecurity within you can stop what heaven has already ordained. Anointed one, your moment of convergence is near. Your spirit can sense it. That stirring you feel isn't anxiety, it's acceleration. That restlessness you feel isn't fear, it's alignment. That anticipation you feel isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. Heaven is not asking you to strive, heaven is asking you to surrender. Because surrender is the currency of supernatural transfer. And now, something sacred. The same God who hid you is about to unveil you. The same God who restricted you is about to release you. The same God who pruned you is about to prosper you, not because you demanded it, but because you were prepared for it. Chosen one, pause here, breathe. You are closer than you think. Chosen one. Now hear this with a spirit that is alert and a heart that is ready. Heaven is not only moving you into position, heaven is aligning circumstances around you that you cannot yet see. While you've been praying for clarity, heaven has been orchestrating connections. While you were asking for direction, heaven was removing counterfeits. And while you thought life was falling apart, heaven was actually falling into place. Anointed one, what you survived was not meaningless. The heartbreak, the closed doors, the betrayals, the false starts, they were not random disruptions, they were divine redirections. If the opportunities you once chased had opened, they would have anchored you in the wrong assignment. If the people you depended on had stayed, they would have diluted your discernment. Heaven removed what could not carry where you were going, not because those people or places were evil, but because they were seasonal, and a permanent calling cannot be built on temporary foundations. I say this with conviction. What you lost was protection. What you endured was preparation. What you surrendered was seed. And now the harvest is not only coming, it is due. You are entering a moment where what once felt delayed will suddenly feel accelerated. Things that took years will now take months. Things that took months will happen in weeks. Heaven is compressing time. Divine timing doesn't only open doors, it redeems seasons. Chosen one, the blessing that's coming isn't random, it's precise, it's tailored, it's heaven-timed, and it's calibrated to your capacity. You prayed for increase, but heaven has been building integrity. You prayed for influence, but heaven has been building endurance. You prayed for breakthrough, but heaven has been building obedience. Because the supernatural transfer you're about to receive requires more than excitement, it requires stewardship. And let's be honest, there were days you questioned whether you were strong enough. There were days you wondered if God still saw you, days you begged for answers and got silence instead. But silence wasn't abandonment. Silence was strategy. The teacher is always quiet during the exam, not because they left the room, but because the student is being tested. And every test you endured has qualified you for the next instruction. Chosen one, the reason you didn't break is because you were being built. The reason you didn't collapse is because you were being conditioned. The reason you didn't quit is because heaven refused to let you settle. You were not being disqualified. You were being distinguished. And now, the distinguishing is becoming public. There are 3 areas where heaven is positioning you for supernatural elevation. Influence that transforms, not entertains. You are being positioned to impact lives, to shift perspectives, to awaken dormant purpose in others. Your voice will carry weight because it was forged in silence. Your presence will shift rooms because it was shaped in hidden seasons. Provision that sustains, not spoils. This isn't financial blessing to flaunt. It is strategic provision to build, expand, invest, and release. Heaven funds purpose, not pride. What you receive will not only bless you, it will bless others. Authority that liberates, not dominates. This is spiritual authority rooted in humility. It's the kind of authority that dismantles fear, exposes deception, and ushers in breakthrough. It is authority that transforms atmospheres and restores hope. These 3 dimensions, influence, provision, authority, are not accidental, they are assigned. They are what you were being prepared for, and they are the reason your journey felt heavier than others. Heaven invests heavily in vessels with high capacity. Chosen one, allow me to be real for a moment. I remember a season when opportunities were being handed to everyone but me. I watched others step into platforms I believed were designed for me, and I questioned whether I had misheard God. But when the right moment came, when divine timing aligned with divine preparation, I realized something. The room I once wanted could not have held what God eventually entrusted me with. The platform I thought I lost was too small for the assignment I now carry. Heaven did not say no. Heaven said, not yet. And the same is true for you. The doors that didn't open weren't big enough. The relationships that didn't last weren't aligned enough. The opportunities that slipped away weren't long-term enough. Heaven was waiting for the version of you who could build, sustain, and multiply what was coming. Chosen one, you've been praying for a move of God. but heaven is preparing for a move of you. Your footsteps are about to echo in places where your name has never been spoken. Your influence is about to touch people who don't know your story. Your obedience is about to unlock provision that doesn't match your resume, because heaven does not promote popularity. Heaven promotes preparation. And you have been prepared. Chosen one, lift your eyes for a moment. The horizon is shifting. The spiritual atmosphere around you is tightening. You can feel the anticipation in your spirit. The warfare increased not because you were weak, but because you were getting close. Every great appointment comes with a threshold, and you are standing at yours. Pause here and recognize this. Heaven is not waiting for your perfection. Heaven is waiting for your participation. Your yes unlocks what timing has prepared. And when the two collide, yes and timing, destiny unfolds. Chosen one, now the message turns from preparation to activation. You have been shaped, refined, and positioned, but this is the moment where heaven begins to appoint you openly. What was internal is about to become visible. What was private is about to be public. But hear this clearly. Visibility is not the goal. Assignment is. Heaven is elevating you, not so others can applaud you, but so you can accomplish what you were created to do. Anointed one, the calling on your life is entering a phase where what you carry will begin to attract attention, not because you sought it, but because the weight of your assignment cannot remain hidden. When oil is poured, it shines. When light is placed on a hill, it cannot be concealed. And the oil on your life has reached a viscosity, thick, potent, refined, that demands expression. But with elevation comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes warfare. This is why the pressure has been increasing. The attacks intensified, not because you were failing, but because you were succeeding. The adversary does not fight what is stagnant, he fights what is strategic. And you, chosen one, are stepping into a season where your obedience is becoming a threat. The shift you're sensing is evidence. Yet, do not be afraid. The pressure you feel is not designed to break you, it is designed to prepare you. Diamonds are not formed without intense heat. Steel is not strengthened without fire. Oil is not extracted without crushing. And destiny is not fulfilled without resistance. You are walking into greater authority precisely because you were willing to be crushed without becoming bitter, pressed without becoming prideful, and stretched without breaking. And hear this, your elevation will not be like the world's. It will not come through manipulation, self-promotion, or performance. It will come through alignment, surrender, and timing. There is a difference between those who climb ladders and those who are lifted by heaven. One exhausts themselves, the other is carried by grace. You were not built to climb, you were built to be raised. Chosen one, divine appointment, carries an anointing that cannot be imitated. People can copy strategy, vocabulary, or style, but they cannot counterfeit oil. Oil is earned in the unseen, and you, anointed one, have been in the unseen long enough. The time of silent obedience is turning into a time of visible obedience. Heaven is releasing you into a lane that fits your soul, your identity, your gifting, your assignment. And when you finally step fully into that lane, everything that once felt difficult will feel natural. Alignment creates acceleration. But I want you to prepare your heart for something uncomfortable. Not everyone will celebrate your appointment. Some will misunderstand it. Some will envy it. Some will question it. The people who once loved your humility may resist your authority. The same people who were supportive while you were hidden may become suspicious when you are revealed. Not everyone who clapped in your preparation will cheer in your promotion, and that's okay. Because your appointment is not dependent on consensus, it is rooted in covenant. It is sealed by heaven, not validated by men. The same God who whispered to you in private will stand with you in public, and the oil that rested on you quietly will speak loudly when the time comes. Chosen one, let me share something personal here. When breakthrough began manifesting in my own life, it shocked me how quickly support could turn to silence, how admiration could turn to distance. And for a moment, I questioned myself. But then I realized, God does not elevate us to be worshipped. He elevates us to be tested, trusted, and transformed. And that realization freed me. It taught me not to measure the legitimacy of my calling by the response of others, but by the peace of heaven. And you must learn that too. Because the supernatural transfer that is approaching, financial, spiritual, relational, is not a reward for popularity. It is a fulfillment of purpose. God will entrust you with more because you have proven you will steward more. And the evidence of your readiness is not perfection, it is obedience. Heaven does not demand flawlessness. Heaven demands surrender. And as surrender deepens, authority increases. The next season of your life will require you to speak with a voice you once reserved, walk with a confidence you once suppressed, and pray with a boldness you once whispered. Not arrogance. Authority. Not pride. Purpose. Chosen one, the mantle on your life requires courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to let fear dictate obedience. You do not need to feel ready to be ready. Readiness is not a feeling, it is a posture. Surrender postures you, obedience positions you, timing propels you, and now the winds of timing are shifting. You may not see it yet, but heaven is aligning conversations, connections, and resources on your behalf. There are people who will enter your life and wonder how they ever lived without your voice. There are opportunities that will unfold that feel tailor-made for you because they are. There is provision that will arrive before the need appears. This is not coincidence, this is coordination. Heaven is not reacting, heaven is orchestrating. And I need you to grasp this. Your next breakthrough is not coming through toil, it is coming through timing. You are stepping into a season where effort will produce results, where steps will produce strides, where obedience will produce overflow. The struggle you faced in the past was not to discourage you, it was to prepare you for ease. Not laziness, ease. The kind of ease that comes when you work in grace, not grind in stress. Chosen one, you are not entering a season of striving, you are entering a season of flowing. Not because you are stronger, but because you are surrendered. Pause here and let this truth anchor you. Heaven is not asking you to hustle. Heaven is asking you to align. And in alignment, everything accelerates. Chosen one, now we step deeper into the dimension where appointment becomes activation and activation becomes manifestation. You have been prepared for purpose, but now heaven is positioning you for impact. And the first sign of this shift is internal, not external. The stirring you feel in your spirit, the restlessness, the anticipation, the holy discomfort is not anxiety, it is acceleration. It is the sound of destiny tightening its grip around your life. Anointed one, you are transitioning from waiting to walking. For years you have been in a posture of expectation, but now heaven is calling you into participation. Purpose is no longer just something you believe in. It is something you must step into. And this step requires courage, not because the path is unsafe, but because the path is unfamiliar. You are about to walk into territory where the footsteps of comfort cannot guide you, and the opinions of others cannot validate you. Chosen one, listen closely. Appointment requires movement. Doors do not just open, they open when you approach them. Mantles do not just fall, they fall when you are ready to carry them. Transfers do not just arrive, they arrive when alignment is complete. This is why hesitation is dangerous in this season. Not because God will revoke your calling, but because timing will shift. and mistiming prolongs preparation. If I can be transparent, there were seasons in my own life where I delayed obedience because I was afraid of failure. I convinced myself I was waiting on God, when in reality, heaven was waiting on me. And it was only when I finally moved, hesitant, trembling, but obedient, that doors opened I could never have forced. Connections appeared I could never have orchestrated, and favor flowed in ways I did not deserve. I learned something sacred in that. Heaven releases acceleration to those who release fear. Chosen one, this is your moment to release fear. Because heaven is not appointing you for survival. Heaven is appointing you for influence. Holy influence. Influence that heals, not harms. Influence that restores, not manipulates. Influence that elevates others, not elevates ego. The weight of the assignment on your life is not measured by applause, but by transformation. You are being positioned to bring breakthrough to others, to speak words that unlock courage, to carry wisdom that breaks cycles, to hold authority that dismantles generational limitations. This is why your own battles were so fierce, not just because you were fighting for yourself, but because you were fighting for those assigned to your voice. Yes, assigned. There are people whose deliverance is tied to your obedience. There are destinies connected to your yes. There are breakthroughs linked to your surrender. Heaven has trusted you with influence because you learned compassion in the crushing, humility in the hiding, and maturity in the waiting. The authority you carry has been forged through lived experience, not theory. And that is why your impact will not be shallow. It will be deep, lasting, and supernatural. Now hear this. Your appointment also carries provision. The supernatural transfer that is approaching your life is not a reward, it is a resource. Heaven funds purpose. Heaven finances assignment. Heaven supplies vision. And the financial breakthrough that is coming is not just to elevate your comfort, but to expand your capacity. You will build with it. You will steward with it. You will sow with it. This is not the season of scraping by. This is the season of strategic abundance. Not abundance for vanity, abundance for purpose. You survived poverty in certain seasons, so you could steward wealth in future ones. You learned how to create with little, so you could multiply with much. You learned discipline in scarcity, so you could govern with integrity in overflow. Nothing was wasted. Every struggle was training. Chosen one, the transfer is not only monetary, it is also relational. Heaven is sending alignment, voices, partners, mentors, helpers, strategic alliances that match your assignment. You will not walk into your next season alone. You will be surrounded by those who recognize your anointing, not resent it. Those who amplify your purpose, not distract you from it. And yes, the transfer is also spiritual. The authority being placed on your life will be different than before. More weight, more clarity, more discernment. You will begin to sense things before they happen. You will move with wisdom that surprises even you. You will pray with boldness that shakes atmospheres, because authority increases with assignment. Chosen one, everything you have walked through was in preparation for this convergence. When preparation meets timing, the outcome is acceleration, and acceleration does not feel like chaos. It feels like clarity, a sudden knowing, a divine push, a holy confidence that says, I am no longer speculating, I am stepping. And stepping is exactly what heaven requires next. Your life is no longer defined by delays. Your future is no longer dictated by doubt. Your worth is no longer measured by others. You have been appointed, not casually, but intentionally, not accidentally, but prophetically. And the moment you step into this appointment, everything around you will begin to shift. Doors will open, resources will flow, connections will align, obstacles will fall. Not because you are powerful, but because you are positioned. Chosen one, breathe deeply. The season of hesitation is ending. The season of activation is beginning. Your yes is still required. Your obedience is still necessary. But the heavy lifting belongs to God. You are not stepping into this alone. Pause here and let this truth take root. If heaven appointed you, heaven will sustain you. Chosen one, now the word goes deeper, into the realm where appointment begins to stretch you. Because elevation is not only about rising, it is about restructuring. When heaven appoints you, it rearranges your environment, your relationships, your mindset, and even your appetite. What once satisfied you will no longer sustain you. What once entertained you will now exhaust you. What once felt comfortable will begin to feel confining. That is the evidence that you have outgrown old seasons. Anointed one, this is why your spirit has been restless, not because you are confused, but because you are evolving. The boundaries you once accepted are too small now. The conversations you once entertained feel shallow now. The environments you once tolerated feel draining now. Heaven is not condemning you, it is promoting you. You are being called higher, and elevation always requires separation. Separation from distractions. Separation from old identities. Separation from cycles that kept you small. And most painfully, separation from people who refuse to grow with you. Not everyone who loves you can journey with you. Not everyone who supported you can steward your assignment. There will be those who cheer for you as long as you remain where they met you. But when you begin to rise, they may withdraw, not because they hate you, but because they fear their own stagnation. And in those moments, you must remember, alignment is more important than affection. Purpose requires pruning. Destiny demands discernment. Chosen one, I'm telling you this because I walked through it myself. I tried to carry people who were never meant to go where I was going. I tried to keep friendships alive long after God had expired their season. I tried to force conversations with those who were threatened by my growth. And it wasn't until I stopped dragging the old into the new that the new finally had room to manifest. Some losses were actually liberation. Some goodbyes were gates. And some endings were answered prayers in disguise. Heaven is not trying to isolate you, it is trying to insulate you. Your next season requires a circle that protects your purpose, not dilutes it. You cannot carry a mantle among voices that mock it. You cannot nurture a calling among hearts that envy it. And you cannot pursue destiny among minds that fear it. Your circle must shift because your assignment is shifting. And though the pruning may feel painful, it is divine protection. And now we address something many ignore, the pressure that comes with elevation. The moment you step into territory heaven prepared for you, resistance will rise, not as a sign of failure, but as confirmation of impact. Increased warfare is evidence of increased authority. The enemy does not attack those going nowhere, he attacks those crossing thresholds. Chosen one, the warfare you've been experiencing is not random, it is strategic. The enemy targeted your mind because your clarity is dangerous. He targeted your emotions because your courage is potent. He targeted your finances because your stewardship is influential. He targeted your relationships because your alliances are powerful. But the fact that you are still here, still standing, still believing, still moving, confirms that the attack failed. You were tested for territory, and now you are being trusted with it. Anointed one, hear this. The pressure is not a punishment, it is proof. Proof that what you carry is disruptive. Proof that hell recognizes what heaven has assigned. Proof that you are no longer a threat only to your own limitations, but to the systems that once confined you. Every time you stood your ground, every time you refused to quit, every time you chose faith over fear, heaven recorded it, heaven saw it, heaven will reward it. And that reward is not just spiritual, it is practical, it is visible, It is transformational. The supernatural transfer approaching your life is not symbolic, it is tangible. Expect resources, yes. Expect opportunities, absolutely. But also, expect wisdom. Expect clarity. Expect strategy. Because heaven does not release blessing without also releasing the capacity to steward it. This is where many falter. They pray for promotion but resist preparation. They ask for blessing but reject discipline. They desire influence but avoid accountability. But you, chosen one, have passed through the fire long enough to understand the weight of responsibility. You do not want blessing that breaks you. You want blessing that builds you. You do not want authority that corrupts you. You want authority that aligns you with God's agenda. And that is why heaven can trust you. Because you are not seeking platform, you are seeking purpose. You are not chasing prosperity, you are chasing assignment. And heaven funds assignment. Heaven equips those who surrender. Heaven elevates those who obey. Heaven entrusts those who endure. But hear me, elevation requires adaptation. Your habits must align with where you are going, not where you have been. Your language must align with assignment, not insecurity. Your decisions must align with destiny, not comfort. You are stepping into a season where careless choices are costly and intentional choices are catalytic. Every yes must be sacred. Every no must be strategic. And here is the internal shift. You are no longer waiting for validation. You are no longer begging for belonging. You are no longer proving your worth. Appointment changes how you walk. It changes how you speak. It changes how you see yourself. Because you realize you are not moving to be chosen. You are moving because you already are. Chosen one. Let me pause you here. You have entered the threshold. You can feel the weight. You can sense the seriousness. You can taste the shift in the air. Let this truth anchor you. Heaven is not asking you to impress people. Heaven is asking you to steward purpose. Chosen one. Now we arrive at the point where your appointment is no longer just a direction, it is a demand. Heaven is not suggesting elevation. Heaven is activating it. The shift you are stepping into requires a version of you that refuses to shrink, refuses to apologize for growth, and refuses to dim its light to make others comfortable. You are entering a season where you cannot afford to second-guess what God has already confirmed. Anointed one, listen carefully. Boldness is no longer optional. You have been refined in silence, but you will be revealed in declaration. The authority placed upon you is not designed to remain passive. It is designed to be implemented. And that means you must begin to speak with conviction, act with intention, and move with clarity. The days of doubting yourself are over. You have been too tested, too processed, and too proven to question what heaven has already validated. This is the season where obedience becomes strategy, where surrender becomes strength, where faith becomes fuel, and where action becomes acceleration. You cannot walk into this appointment timidly. You must walk with sacred confidence, not ego but identity, not pride but purpose. Chosen one, heaven is placing assignments in your path that will stretch you, opportunities that will challenge you, doors that will demand growth, not to overwhelm you, but to expand you. You will be asked to lead where you once followed, to speak where you once stayed silent, to initiate where you once hesitated. This is not punishment, it is promotion. And with promotion comes perspective. You must begin to see yourself the way heaven sees you, not through the lens of past mistakes, but through the lens of present calling. You are not the sum of your failures. You are the fruit of your formation. Everything you endured, the disappointments, the betrayals, the loneliness, the uncertainty, has become your qualification. Heaven is not overlooking your humanity. Heaven is leveraging it. Because what you have survived is now what you will serve from. The wounds you've healed from will now produce wisdom. The storms you've outlasted will now produce strength, and the valleys you've walked through will now produce vision. Authority is born in adversity. Purpose is forged in pressure. And you have been through enough to know this appointment is not random. Anointed one. Now let's talk about the supernatural transfer. You must understand, what is coming to your life is not just blessing, it is responsibility. Heaven is not handing you resources so you can sit. Heaven is entrusting you with resources so you can build. This next season is not about accumulation, it is about assignment. Financial increase is coming, not for vanity, but for vision. Strategic partnerships are coming, not for popularity, but for purpose. Spiritual authority is increasing, not for ego, but for impact. You are not being positioned to take, you are being positioned to release, to pour, to multiply. Chosen one, your life is shifting from addition to multiplication, from survival to stewardship, from mere blessings to generational impact. What has rested in your spirit is about to manifest in your reality. But hear this warning, not one of fear, but of wisdom. You must protect what you are given. The enemy cannot stop your appointment, but he will attempt to sabotage your stewardship. He will appeal to your emotions, attack your confidence, and attempt to distract your focus. Not because you are weak, but because you are necessary. You are carrying something the kingdom needs, something people need, something generations after you will thank you for. So remain vigilant. Guard your heart, guard your vision, guard your assignment. Not from paranoia, but from purpose. The greater the calling, the greater the clarity required. You cannot afford to waste time in places you've outgrown, or conversations that drain your anointing. And now, hear this with gravity. Humility must remain your anchor. Elevation without humility becomes ego. Influence without humility becomes manipulation. Provision without humility becomes idolatry. The oil on your life is holy. It must be stewarded with reverence. Humility is not timidity. It is authority under surrender. It is power under purpose. It is influence under integrity. The greatest leaders are not those who demand honor. They are those who serve with it. You are being elevated to lead, but you will lead by example, by compassion, by courage, by conviction. Chosen one, I want you to reflect on this. Everything you endured refined your heart. You could have become bitter, but you became wiser. You could have become arrogant, but you became grateful. You could have quit, but you stayed. That is why heaven can trust you. Because you did not let pain make you prideful, and you did not let process make you selfish. And now, this is where the weight of destiny settles. Your appointment is not just about what God is giving you, it is about who He is sending you to. There are people assigned to your obedience, lives assigned to your compassion, destinies assigned to your voice. When you rise, you will carry others with you. So step boldly. You will not walk into this next season alone. You will walk with heaven, with authority, with provision, with clarity, with purpose. And the gates that once resisted you will now recognize you. Not because of your name, but because of the one who appointed you. Chosen one. Pause here. And let this truth settle. You are not being elevated for applause. You are being elevated for assignment. And the assignment is about to unfold. Chosen one. As we enter this final segment, understand this. The culmination of your appointment is not a finish line, it is an ignition point. You are not crossing into comfort, you are crossing into calling. Heaven is not handing you a crown so you can sit on a throne. Heaven is placing a mantle on your shoulders so you can build, shift, restore, and impact. The moment you step into alignment with your assignment, the atmosphere around your life will begin to respond. Anointed one, this is where destiny becomes reality, not just spiritually, but practically. The supernatural transfer you have been prepared for will begin to manifest in ways you can feel, measure, and witness. The vision that has lived in your spirit will begin to take form in your hands. The opportunities you only dreamed of will begin to materialize before your eyes. But understand this, manifestation is not magic, it is stewardship. Heaven releases, but you must respond. Heaven appoints, but you must activate. This is the season where your voice matters, your decisions matter, your discipline matters. The seeds you plant now will not only bear fruit, they will bear legacy. The next chapter of your life will not be defined by the struggle that shaped you, but by the strength that emerged from it. And that strength is not for you alone. It is for those assigned to your influence. Chosen one, take this in. You are stepping into a generational assignment. The battles you fought were not just for your breakthrough, they were for your bloodline. The chains you broke were not just for your freedom, they were for your children and their children. The patterns you dismantled were not just for your peace, they were for your descendants. Your appointment is not a moment, it is a mandate, a divine mandate that echoes beyond your lifetime. And now, heaven is releasing clarity. You will begin to understand why some seasons were so painful, why some relationships were so temporary, why some prayers seemed unanswered. Because heaven was not operating on your timeline, it was operating on eternity's blueprint. What you thought was delayed was actually designed. What you interpreted as rejection was actually redirection. What felt like breaking was actually building. Chosen one, your appointment is sealed. Not because of perfection, but because of surrender. Not because of qualification, but because of grace. And here is the truth many never grasp. Heaven does not use the flawless. Heaven uses the surrendered. Heaven uses the willing. Heaven uses the refined. Heaven uses the ones who endured the fire and did not let it consume them. And now that the refining has produced resilience, heaven is releasing responsibility. Responsibility to speak truth where others remain silent. Responsibility to bring healing where others bring harm. Responsibility to carry light where others carry fear. Responsibility to walk in authority where others bow to intimidation. This is not pressure, this is purpose. Anointed one, the favor coming to your life will feel unusual at first. You will walk into rooms you did not beg for, receive opportunities you did not manipulate, hold conversations you did not initiate. This is not coincidence, this is calling. Heaven will validate what men overlooked. Heaven will amplify what others minimized. Heaven will accelerate what you thought was stagnant. But hear this, the elevation will not change who you are. It will reveal who you are. It will reveal the leader that was hidden, the warrior that was formed, the steward that was prepared, the vessel that was purified. Even now, heaven is aligning divine appointments, connections, mentors, assignments that match your maturity. You will not be surrounded by those who drain you, but by those who discern you. You will not be surrounded by those who control you, but by those who call you higher. You will not be surrounded by those who compete with you, but by those who complement you. This is alignment, and alignment is acceleration. Chosen one, your life is entering a KAIROS moment, a moment where heaven's timing intersects your obedience, a moment where surrender meets purpose, a moment where preparation meets manifestation. And in this moment, you must do one thing. Say yes. Not a timid yes, not a conditional yes, a surrendered yes. Because when your yes aligns with God's timing, doors open without you knocking, resources locate you without you striving, favor follows you without you forcing. This is the supernatural ease that comes with divine appointment. And now, hear this final truth with reverence. Your life is not about to change. It is already changing. The shift has begun. The mantle is settling. The alignment is activating. The transfer is releasing. You are not stepping into possibility. You are stepping into appointment. And as you do, may boldness clothe you. May wisdom guide you. May humility anchor you. May discernment protect you. May surrender propel you. Because the world is not waiting for a perfect vessel. It is waiting for an appointed one. And you, chosen one, are appointed. You are prepared. You are positioned. You are trusted. You are ready. Now rise, not for applause, not for comfort, not for ego. Rise for assignment. Rise for impact. Rise for purpose. Rise because heaven has spoken and the appointed time is here. Chosen one. As we stand at the end of this message, understand this: you are not leaving the way you came. Heaven has spoken, purpose has been awakened, and your appointment is no longer a future hope, it's a present reality. The supernatural transfer has already begun. The shift isn't coming, it is here. You are standing in your KAIROS moment, in the exact timing God ordained before you ever took your first breath. Anointed one, walk forward with holy confidence. Not because you feel ready, but because heaven has declared you ready. The mantle on your life is not symbolic, it's active. The doors you need will open. The resources destined for you will locate you. And the strength required for this assignment will rise in you daily. May peace guard your mind. May wisdom guide your decisions. May favor surround your steps. May discernment protect your assignment. You have been appointed for impact, not insignificance. For movement, not stagnation. For transformation, not merely survival. So go forward with gratitude, expectation, and surrender. Stay aligned, stay faithful, stay available. The one who called you is still walking with you. If this word stirred your spirit, let your amen be a seal of agreement. Share this message so another chosen one may awaken to their appointment. And if you desire more prophetic insight and divine encouragement, you are welcome to subscribe and journey with us. Go now, not timidly, but boldly, not questioning, but convinced. You are appointed, you are anointed, and heaven is not finished with you yet. And that anointed one is the turning point.